Hey everyone, thank you so much for stopping by. My name is Shannon, and did you know, well, I'm sure you know now, there are 100 days left of this year. And if you're like me, maybe you had some goals that you did not accomplish, or maybe you didn't have any goals at all, and you want to make sure that you make the most of these last 100 days. And I am here to not only tell you you can do it, but also give you some practical and helpful tips to give you a start on making those things happen. Listen, don't beat yourself up for things that did not get done or think, oh my gosh, where did this year go? You can still maximize these last 100 days and make these last 100 days more productive than all the days in the beginning of the year put together. So I want to, again, give you some practical tips. Forget the past. Listen, God tells us that he wants us to be fruitful and productive in Galatians 6:9. He wants us to be fruitful and productive. And so I'm going to just give you a couple of things that will help you do that. The first thing that I want you to make sure that you're doing with these goals is write them down. Don't pick a lot of goals to accomplish before the end of the year. Why am I saying that? Because we only have 100 days, and even though it sounds like a lot of days, it's not. I mean, it is, but it ain't. You know what I mean? So we want to be practical in making sure that we're picking goals that are going to be reasonable for us to accomplish. We don't want to pick 10 and then only, start all 10 of them, but never get any of them done, right? We want to pick 3, maybe 4. Listen, if you're in beast mode and you want to do 4, I say go for it. But make sure that you're up for it if you pick 4. I would say do no more than 3, just to make sure that you give yourself the greatest ability to be successful in accomplishing those goals. So pick the goals, write them down. The other thing that you want to make sure that you're doing before you even do all of that is envision the goal. Listen, envision you're accomplishing it. Envision how good it's going to feel. Envision how you're going to feel accomplished and better about yourself, motivated by the end of the year. You're going to feel better about what you've been able to do, and you're going to be inspired to continue on a path of getting more stuff accomplished in the new year. And so envision what it's going to feel like when you accomplish those 1, 2, or 3 goals by the end of the year. The other thing that you're going to want to do, again, this is all in number 2, is make sure that you understand that it is going to be a sacrifice. That might mean waking up earlier and losing out on some sleep. That might mean not being able to hang out with friends. That might mean not being able to do some fun stuff that you would typically do. Or it might mean really focusing your time, effort, and energy on learning something new. Whatever it is, be prepared mentally to take on that sacrifice, right? And so again, you want to make sure that you are envisioning what it's going to be like, right? You want to take yourself to that place where you have accomplished it and how good that's going to feel at the end of the year, so that can keep you motivated. You are going to be very, very clear on there being a sacrifice that is going to be connected to this. You can't go and do the same stuff that you've done before and expect to get your goal accomplished. You're going to have to sacrifice something. And then third, be ready for distractions. Distractions are going to come, and you got to be ready to say, no, I'm going to focus on my goal. You got to be ready to say, no, I can't go there. No, I can't do that. No, I can't spend time with you. No, 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 because you have some goals that you have got to accomplish. So now that you have your goals written down on what you want to do, and you have your mental space ready, you are ready mentally, your heart and your head and your heart and your head. Okay, they're all on the same. Okay, we're ready to go. So then what? Now we want to make sure that we are writing down the specific steps that it's going to take for you to meet that goal. What do I say? Okay, what am I saying? Let's say you want to write the book, right? You want to write that book, and you know that if you want to write 4 chapters, you got to have the concepts of what you're going to write. What does that mean as far as what you write each week or each month? All of that needs to be outlined very specifically of what you want to accomplish, and whether or not you do it by week or month or concept or topic or whatever, be very clear on what you are going to specifically focus on accomplishing within certain time parameters so that you are clear. Because listen, here's the deal. The less or the more convoluted your plan is, the more likely you are to fall off. And we don't want to fall off, because we've all fallen off from goals that we've had, right? And so the clearer you are with your goal, the more likely you are to stick with it, because you already have a framework. That's what we're working on. We are establishing a framework for you. And so not only are you going to, again, write down specifically, like think from the end of the goal to where you are now, and all of the things that you have to do to accomplish that goal, and be specific about it. Again, specific. So again, if you are trying to lose weight, you don't just put down, I'm going to go to the gym. You could spend half your time in the gym walking around talking to people and not doing anything. No, you want to be specific. Put down, I'm going to do this many sit-ups, this many push-ups, this many lifts. This is the number of pounds I'm going to do. This is the machine I'm going to get on. These are the reps that I'm going to do. Specific, not just I'm going to go to the gym 4 days a week. You got me? Okay, so that is part of number 3. Number 4 is writing down a weekly schedule. Now, I do this Sunday night, and you're going to designate a time. For me, Sunday night works best because it kind of prepares you for the week ahead. You want to be able to have a weekly schedule so that you can not only reflect on what you accomplished the week past, but also prepare your week ahead, knowing, okay, this is how much I still have to accomplish. This is how much I've done. And this is what I need to schedule for this week to accomplish, right? And you're not just scheduling things for your goal, but you are going to schedule your daily schedule hour by hour, okay? I know that sounds like overkill, but trust me, hour by hour scheduling is the best way to do it. At least you give yourself focus. And if you need to do it every 2 hours, do that if that works better for you or whatever. But I know for me, if I do it hour by hour, then I can stay focused on what I need to focus on. Now, certain things in my day-to-day life, I'll just chunk out. Like if there are things that I know are only going to take me 15 to 20 minutes to do, and I know I can do them quickly, then I'll put all of those things in the same hour or 2 hour period and get it all done, right? And so that way I know that hour or 2 hours, I'm focused on getting those smaller tasks done. So chunk out your time too. That helps make just the scheduling and everything a lot easier for not only your day-to-day stuff, but also for the things and goals that you want to accomplish for the year. Okay, you guys, now that we have our goals, we know how to schedule, we know that we have to have our mental space in line with where we're going. We know that we need to chunk our time. We need to schedule in advance and set a day so that we can look at everything. I wanted to talk to you about the last part, and that is one, identifying high value things that you need to do, not just every day, but every week. So let me explain what I'm talking about. So this is what I do. I identify 3 high value things that I absolutely have to get done every day, every single day. These are not administrative things necessarily. These are not low level things that anyone can do, but they're high value that are actually going to shift me getting or making more progress in my goal. Okay. The other thing is the weekly high value items that I do. So I have 4 weekly high value items that I identify. And in the week, I make sure that those high value items, again, these are not low level things, but this is actually going to be things that are going to help me move the needle towards my ultimate goal. And those things I have to accomplish by hell or high water. I got to accomplish them within that time frame, within the week. Why do I do this? Because it helps me to stay focused on making sure that I'm accomplishing something significant, not just every day, but every week. And when I'm doing that, I leave myself typically Saturday completely free to catch up on anything that I was not able to catch up on or to accomplish for some reason or another. You know, sometimes you have an emergency, or like I was having situations with my car that could not be averted or circumvented. And so I had to deal with that instead of do what I had on my schedule. So I leave Saturdays as my, or at least half of my Saturdays as my time to do any type of catch up. And regardless of what I have scheduled on a Saturday, if I have not gotten all of my stuff done that I need to get done, that I have scheduled to get done, that I have identified as super high value things, then those things have to be done on Saturday, no matter what. No matter what. So this is how I schedule. The last thing that I want to share with you is that when you're scheduling or whatnot, and you are really trying to get the most done, work with your own natural rhythm. You know, most of us have a time of day where we're more alert, we're more like just able to engage, focusing on something or not, and utilize that. Don't work on stuff late night if you're an early morning person. Pack your early mornings with as much stuff as you can if that's your best time to focus. You got to use your natural rhythm to be more effective, because then it's not going to seem like a chore or a task as much, but you are going to be able to be effective in a much better place mentally if you work with your body's rhythm. You know, I have a friend and she said that she always works best in the middle of the night. And I think that that's phenomenal because you have no interruptions. You know, if it's 2 o'clock in the morning and you're working, nobody's going to call you unless it's an emergency, right? She can focus then. It's dark out, so there's not a whole lot of stuff going on or whatnot. And because of that, she's able to really get a lot of stuff done. And I say work when you know you should. I am not an early morning person. I wish I was. So because I'm not an early morning person, I do not schedule anything that is going to be super significant in order for me to move the dial forward early in the morning. I'm not working on anything at 5 a.m. Okay. I'm not doing it because it's not going to be good. It'll take me 2 or 3 times as long to get my headspace where I need to be to accomplish what I could have later on in the afternoon in a fraction of the time. So utilize your body's natural rhythm to be more effective and to make it more joyful in the process of completing the goals that you have identified. So I hope that this information was helpful. I hope that you guys will use it to motivate you and to press through these last 100 days and be productive. I will be hopefully able to come on at the end of the 100 days and give an update on the things that I was able to accomplish. I hope that you will meet me back here and probably a couple of videos in between. But I hope that you have great success, and I look forward to hearing about it after the last 100 days.